And we start the day's other headlines with a legal challenge against TikTok and its impact on the mental health of children. 13 states and the District of Columbia filed lawsuits today, alleging that the short-form video app's algorithm is intentionally addictive. The suits argue that certain design features like tailored content, push notifications, and endless scrolling exploit young users by keeping them on the app for hours. Today, New York's Attorney General said it's causing profound psychological harm to young people.
We wanted to protect children. It's as simple as that. Because nationwide, children and teens are struggling with significantly high rates of depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideation, and other mental health issues, largely because of social media.
The states are seeking new financial penalties against the company. TikTok called the claims inaccurate and misleading, pointing to its safety features like screen time limits for minors. President Biden is pushing the nation's water utilities to replace lead pipes across the country within 10 years. The plan announced today comes a decade after the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, renewed concerns about the dangers of lead in tap water. Lead is a neurotoxin that can cause health defects, including brain damage. Children are especially at risk. The president made the announcement at a rally in Milwaukee today. The city has the 5th highest number of lead pipes in the U.S.
What's the government for if it cannot protect the public health? And in the process, we're creating jobs. We're building a better America. And clean water is just one critical part.
The new rule is the strongest such measure in roughly 3 decades. The EPA says the effort will prevent up to 1,500 premature deaths a year. The UK spy chief issued a stark warning today about a rise in assassination attempts by Russia and Iran. MI5 Director General Ken McCullum said his agents and police have stopped 20 Iran-backed plots since 2022. And he warned that increased violence between Iran and Israel could lead to more Iranian state aggression in the UK. In a rare public speech, McCullum also said that Russian military intelligence, called GRU, is waging a campaign to, in his words, generate mayhem on British and European streets.
We've seen arson, sabotage, and more. Dangerous actions conducted with increasing recklessness, and having precisely the opposite effect of what the Russian state intends, in driving increased operational coordination with partners across Europe and beyond.
McCullum also warned of signs that the Islamic State group is attempting a comeback. He cited the deadly theater attack in Moscow earlier this year as a brutal demonstration of its capabilities. The Nobel Prize in Physics has been awarded to 2 pioneers of artificial intelligence, John Hopfield of Princeton University and Geoffrey Hinton, a University of Toronto professor known as the godfather of AI. In their announcement in Sweden today, the Nobel Committee credited Hopfield's work in creating a data processing model based on the functions of the human brain. Hinton built on that work to develop machines that learn by fine-tuning errors until they disappear. We spoke with Geoffrey Hinton last year, shortly after he left his post at Google, and he warned about the dangers surrounding the technology he helped create.
We should realize that we're probably going to get things more intelligent than us quite soon, and they will be wonderful. They'll be able to do all sorts of things very easily that we find very difficult. So there's huge positive potential in these things, but of course there's also huge negative possibilities. And I think we should put more or less equal resources into developing AI to make it much more powerful and into figuring out how to keep it under control and how to minimize bad side effects of it.
The Nobel announcements continue tomorrow with the Chemistry Prize. On Wall Street today, stocks rebounded from Monday's losing session. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added more than 100 points to close above 42,000. The Nasdaq jumped more than 250 points, or nearly 1.5%. The S&P 500 also ended higher on the day. And a passing of note, the baseball pitching great Luis Tiant has died. Born in Cuba, Tiant played for 6 different clubs over his 19-year career, winning 229 games along the way. But it was his 8 seasons in Boston that made El Tiante a star. Known for his unique wind-up and big personality, Tiant became the city's first Latino superstar. He was a 3-time All-Star and was inducted to the Red Sox Hall of Fame back in 1997. But Tiant fell short in his bid for Cooperstown. Louis Tiant was 83 years old. Still to come on the NewsHour, the U.S. Supreme Court takes up a case involving so-called ghost guns. We speak to Arizona Republicans about why they're considering voting Democratic in the upcoming election. And a musical endeavor uses natural environments to make recitals less formal and way more public.